Well, this is it, guys and gals. Let's finish up Megapolis City by LEGO Monkie Kid. This is set number 80054. I think it contains 2,330 bricks, retails for $189.99, and this set was provided by the LEGO Group for early review. And yeah, this is going to be the last installment of this, so hopefully we can get this together here. And remember, we didn't even finish any stickers. We got the vape thing, we got the sticker sheets, and I think I'm missing one in here. Oh, there it is. So, and I had a bunch of other things I had to do, but I figure I'm going to get this set done first. And basically what you see here is bags 1 through 25. So now we're going to finish up 26, 27, 28. Okay. Well, we did bags 21. This is 1 through 24. My bad. It's another bedside build, and I'm actually camping out in the Lego room tonight. Why? Because I had to give up my bed. So I willingly did it. So that's fine. Okay, let's dump all these in here. And yes, it's Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Well, by the time you're watching this, it's probably long past, but, you know. And remember in the last installment, we were working on this little thing here. Okay, so first off, we got 1,000 subs on this channel. If you've noticed, I probably have changed my name by now on here. It's called Let's Build It. Why on earth did you change it, Jay? Because we're going to be focusing more on set builds on here. It seems like that's what everybody's wanting to watch. So we're going to start kind of cleaning things up here a bit more. So I'm going to zoom in, and we're going to now start with bag 25. Let me dig it out real quick. 27. 26, I bet it's 28, yep. Of course, it's always the last one. Okay. And yeah, I'm huddled up in here. It's like 2 in the morning. And I'm hoping we can get through this really quick today. So we haven't had the turkey dinner. It's just this Thanksgiving Eve, or Thanksgiving Day, early morning. And so I've been kind of cleaning up my shop and, you know, just kind of poking around through some stuff, and found a box of old baby monitors. I mean, these are old, like 49 megahertz old. None of the Bluetooth or anything like that, and I bought them on a big giant lot from eBay many years ago. Bought them in the intent of using them for transmitting data and stuff like that, but well, with the advent of Bluetooth and all that stuff, there's kind of no point, so I was just playing around with them, and well, I don't know yet what I'm going to do with them. I mean, the quality on them is not the best to use for a hi-fi method, but yeah, so I hope everybody's Thanksgiving is going to go pretty well. Trying to stay away from the family drama and gossip right now, so I'm back here, you know, everybody's sleeping, and yeah, that's pretty much what it is. And that's Pigsy, that's what I remember his name. And I think we're continuing back onto here. And what better way is to just start throwing stickers on things. So we need sticker number 57, which is that right there. And so I kind of just, I wanted to work, I was playing around with these old baby monitors, and I'd rather do that than do the Lego stuff. I know I'm kind of crazy, but you know, I kind of want to get back in there and clean up my shop a bit more. I think I was going to use them to make wireless speakers or something like that. They didn't come with the receivers when I bought them. They were just, it was a box of just baby monitor transmitters. And they go from anywhere from 4983 to 4989 megahertz. So it's 5 channels, and of course I have some custom crystals I'm going to probably put in there, you know, just for fun. And you know, 49.86 is the one that the little remote control cars use. Now, why did they put this in the last bag is beyond me. And so I'm hoping to find a use for them before I start tossing these. I brought one of the boards in here just to kind of look at it, pull up some numbers, you know, some data sheet on some of the integrated circuits. And yeah, it's what I can remember though, those things can go up to probably a half mile or so. So I may just be inclined to use them just for experimenting. Can't broadcast video. They're in narrow FM and quality's not that good. See if I can get one of these working just so I can use it for something. I may just use it for audio monitoring, you know. Like I have security cameras, and I got to thinking, well, they don't have sound. Be a better way. One of them actually has a scrambler on it too. It's one of those speech inversion ones that's real easily, you can easily crack it. It inverts the highs and the lows. So you sound like Donald Duck if you were to listen to it on a regular radio scanner. So my scanner that I have actually has the decoders for that, but I don't know. Maybe I can bypass that and just use it as a regular old FM radio thing. Anyways, though, this is not a tech chat. Some of you probably like hearing this stuff, but this stuff is pretty primitive compared to what we have today. But I think these monitors were probably made in the 80s or 90s, and they just kind of found their way into my shop. Like I said, back in the day, I'd buy large lots on eBay, stuff that they claimed it didn't work. I would just buy it and just to see, and maybe something could be resurrected. Yeah, and honestly, guys and gals, I'm starting to feel fatigue on this set. I'm starting to get a little bored with it. In addition, on today, early this morning, well, maybe an hour or two ago, I got a message. There's more sets to review. Would I like to accept them? It's not a set like what we've been doing. These are bulk, like bundles of sets. I think 15 in total. And I don't know. I'm starting to feel the pinch on space here. I got to think on that. But I'm trying to find more white plates. But oh, there they are. But I'm just kind of trying to figure out exactly, what we're going to do about all the space issues here. Part of me wants to use the shop for the stuff, which is what I'm trying to do, but then again, it's just more stuff I have to trip over, and I'm just trying to figure out where to put it. I am so totally lost here. I know some people leave this stuff up forever, they put it on display, but, I need sticker number 12 for that tile. What a waste. Right there. You know what I wish LEGO would have sent me for review was the BTS, the K-pop group. Boy, that would have been really fun to put together. Oh man, we could have had so much fun with it too, but I didn't get it. And I knew somebody else who got it because it was 50% off. And if I ever see it really cheap, I may get it. I don't know if it's even still around, but if it's cheap, we'll get it. And then have a little fun. It's like the Queer Eye set, you know. You get that and just have fun with it. Wait, what? Oh, okay. I was like, what are we doing there? What was his name's Tan or Ta or something? I took his silver wig right off his head. I needed that for something. I ought to try it out on my sig fig. We got a turntable that just sits there. Yeah, I don't know. Hoping this turns out very well. So yeah, this channel's done, and we can start having the fun on here, doing live streams. I'm trying to think of how I want to do them. Like, I think we're just going to do sort-a-thons. I know it doesn't sound exciting, but sort parts, and then just sit here and chat while I'm doing it, because I can do that. I'm not timed, I can't reveal anything. I always got stuff to sort. So I got to thinking that may be something I might do. Got to put that on there. Yeah. Alright. And yeah, so that's pretty much what's going on with me. I'm just, now with the holidays right on us, now I got to start finishing up the Christmas shopping and get that done. I procrastinate. I'm really bad about it, but I gotta get it going because, you know, some people get angry if you don't give them something. I tell my bunch, you know, just get me whatever. If you give me a hug, I'm happy with that too. I'd rather have hugs and a memory than material things. And when I was younger, I always wanted gifts. Now I'd rather be with the family when they behave than the other stuff. Can you see what I'm doing? Yes, you can. I'll have to start doing this more professionally, huh? So, I got to thinking more and more. Oh, I'm not done with this yet, am I? No, I'm not. With this channel here, we're just going to target more on... first thing is I'm slowly going to move everything over to here. And once I get a lot of subs on this channel, then I'm going to kind of full blast this one here. The main channel is going to be just the tutorials and stuff. This channel here is going to be just strictly for reviews. What are we building here? That little wooden duck that they kept advertising? It was some kind of bird. Alright, put those on there. Just do them both right now. Oh, we got a sticker, number 23. We're slowly nibbling, and there it is. It's a bunch of, looks like a bunch of scribbles. I mean, you know. But yeah, kind of want to get back into the electronic stuff kind of more permanently. It kind of stinks though that I really can't. Is that dark blue that they want? Yeah. And maybe that's supposed to be a turkey with something. We don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know. Maybe you guys and gals can help me out with that. I don't know what that is. Whatever it is, we're done with that section. All right. We gotta build, just one of something. Yeah, so I just want to get this done. When I do the review, just for this session here, I'm going to do the review on a totally different day. I'm not going to do it maybe later on when I get up, after Thanksgiving's over completely, and then start focusing on it and stuff like that. Maybe I can do the review a little bit better, just get it done. Everybody around here is already in bed, which is a good thing because I can get my stuff done. And we're using hearts for eyes. Let me go on here. I'm going to try to... Well, I forgot Minecraft is still playing on the computer. I was smelting a bunch of stuff in the furnace, and I found a few LEGO guys who do the Minecrafts too, and I had one of my buddies ask me, are we ever going to do a Minecraft server again? I'm like, well, long story short, there was family drama surrounding it, and somebody that I know was kind of doing stuff they shouldn't have been doing on there, and it just kind of started a whole heap of crap. So I was like, well, I don't want to deal with this. Maybe this is a duck or something. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's part of an alligator. I sorted some more parts today, just maybe about 100 pieces. I didn't really do a whole lot. And I'm just slowly getting them done. And why? I don't know. Okay, it goes on the top right here. Well, there's not really much holding that on there. You got a better view than I do. I'm seeing it like this. You're seeing it like straight on pretty much. Rotate it around. Yeah, even the LEGO stuff is starting to cause some drama. I'm like, listen, this is my place. I forgot to put these in here. I'm like, yeah, I know it's starting to look more like a hoarder's place in certain areas, but it's just LEGO. I mean, you go look out in the donations bin. I've been tossing a bunch of stuff that's still good. It just, I have no more use for it, so I just donate it for somebody who could use it. Yeah, I was watching on the nightly news that the parade, I guess they're gonna heighten up security for it, and I'm like, really? I mean, I don't watch the Macy's Day Parade, and I just like, yeah, but still, it's a holiday. Why do we have to do all that stuff? No, I don't get it. Anyways. Too many parts and stickers left to go through on this here. But yeah, you could tell I'm kind of tired. I just want to hurry up and get it done. And Technic. It's all small stuff from here on out, I believe. And you can tell, boy, that really is starting to lean. Making sure I'm recording. So my goal is, oh, by the way, I think the computer's done. I just got finally done processing part number 1 to this series. I finally got around to doing it, and I thought, let me finish it up. So I'm done the thumbnails. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zone off a few days for me to work and on this stuff, and a few days to take a breather. And we need something from the bulk bag. So you're going to need to get this right here. 16 stud long. And I think I'm going to do, it's like a long sword. I think I'm going to do Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sundays, and Mondays for YouTube stuff. And that's it. And the rest of the stuff, well, we won't have to worry about that. And those are gold rims. I only get 2, so what a shame. Yeah, I got a sneak peek of the sets that I'm possibly going to get, and this is stuff that's, it's a theme that I can deal with. They're very, I've done them before, they're pretty easy to do, so I'm not too worried about it. I don't think LEGO wants me to say what they are, but we'll have to work on those when the time comes. I haven't accepted the offers yet, though. I haven't done anything like that, but they're promising. Of course, I've done many themes on here, and that'd be up to you, the viewer, to figure out what they are. Even if you guess it right, I can't tell you anyways. And it's telling me to stack 3 of these together and fish those through. That takes too long. I'm going to do one at a time, as you'll be really muscling those in. Okay. So, about the live streams, I'm not sure how I want to tackle those yet. I want to pick that up. Here I was yawning and that thing started rolling off. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow for, well, later on today for Thanksgiving, though. I'm going to probably spend time with family and just, and no, they're not really into the LEGO stuff. I wish they were, though. But all right, well, this thing sits on the top right here. Make sure I get it right here. I'll show you here better here in a second. So it goes there. Okay, what fell off? We're already at an 8.5. It's that stupid book. All right, so this is what it looks like right here. This thing on top. Maybe it's supposed to be a pirate ship, I don't know, with the lookout towers. Now we're getting to the vaping. Okay, let's start I can finally get rid of that. I wonder which sticker sheet's going to be last. It tells me to peel it off, but obviously you're going to have to, I mean, it's perforated, so you can just peel it. I don't know if I'm going to save this gold stuff or not. We'll see here. Yeah. ASMR content right there. Yeah, I always sound tired in these. It's just I do them at night. Okay. Yeah, I mean, what do you do with that? I don't know. There we go. And now we can start working on this. There's a tile there. We're not done. Oh, okay, it just spirals around then, huh? Let me see something here. It shows it on the side like this. Well, I see where it attaches to the bottom. Alright, but where does the top attach to? Okay, let's attach it to the bottom first. So it goes in here, and then it's up to us to spring it down here. This is probably the most goofiest thing I've ever seen. I mean, this is pretty silly. And it kind of just, I think it goes right there. Well, all right, we're going to rotate it. Okay, let me point this up here because this is going to be kind of critical. All right, so you attach it down. Yeah, this thing's going to be droopy. So we attached it here, and you have to lasso it around, and by the time you have to rotate this thing where the front is facing us, and then you have to come in here and stick this here like that. It's not going to stay up because we got to go to step 669 and make a little thing for it. And you know, I don't know, I'm just kind of meh. And that's what it does there. And do we need a hollow stud? Yeah, an hollow stud. And so I think you're supposed to set it like this here. And that's what it's supposed to do. Now, and then just readjust as needed. And that's what it is right there. Now, boy, that crap's sure falling off of this thing today. And that's essentially what it is. It's kind of goofy looking, but there it is right there. So when you attach this, it's going to fall off on you. Just let it fall off and just go ahead and go to the next page. And this is what you're building, what we just did there. And then we got to put the lightning rod on top, which is one of these, and I can't keep readjusting the camera. We'll be here all night. Maybe I'll have to. I don't see a Technic pin up here. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, there it is. The book was hiding it from me. You got to have the little red flashing light to let the airplanes know not to run into it. And then I'll show you here. It snaps right on the top right here. It just sits on there. So the end of the Technic pin fits right in there. And the satellite dish clamps to the bottom of it here. Can you see that? Yes, you can. So, and that's pretty much what it is. And we have a bunch of spare parts. So, what am I forgetting here? I think one of these is supposed to go on this bird. So we have the rest of the stuff I understand, but this piece right here, let's see where that goes. Now I know there's probably some out there who will just keep building. Don't just keep building. Okay, I see where it goes. Don't just keep building, because I've had some that said, well, Jay, I don't know where these parts go. Well, did you take your time? Oh, no, I just try to do it all in one sitting. Well, that right there. And yeah, that could be a problem. Don't ever try to build this stuff in one sitting, because sometimes you'll make a mistake like I do. So this goes here. I may forget that, or you may forget it, so I put it. That's why I do these, so I can show you my mistakes. So we're going to call that the smokehouse, the vape house. And that's it for bag 25. Right there. Okay, we have bag 26. We'll bring this back down. So yeah, so far the set's not too terribly bad, but I think what's making it now at this point kind of dull, it's been going on now for 6 nights. This is the 6th night, and I'm trying to separate that from my thoughts, but do I think a 10-year-old's going to be able to put this thing together? Unless he or she is well disciplined, I don't think so. And yes, you hear Pikachu going to bed. I hit it. Alright. And yes, I play that goofy game. Alright. And we still got 3 sticker sheets. So we're getting there. We still got this stuff left, so I need to get the plate out of there now. So I'm hoping tonight I'm just going to do this, do a half review, and that's it. I'm not going to go through the whole details of everything, you know. We'll save that for the final review to get you to watch the main thing. Alright, one of these little windshields here. Looks like this one's in pretty good shape. Somebody always asks me, where do you get those? Well, there's one right here in this set. Well, you get 2 of them. You know, you get 2 of these, make great for maybe a dump truck or something. I don't know. Well, let's see here. We got the flippy tail, or whatever it is. Well, Jay, if you're tired, why don't you just take a break and skip a day or 2? Well, if I do that, I'll probably never get to it. And 2, I need this table. I need it, like, bad. Because with the parts in now that I got, I can start working on my own personal builds. I can't do that while this is here on the workbench. Oh, okay, so he's... Well, that's a nice little hoodie with the ball cap on it. I still do that look today, and we got to build him a weapon, of course. Give me some old-fashioned city or friend set any day. I'm kind of... I mean, except for the police stuff, I really don't care about those. Just like the very generic garden variety sets, like where there's no names on anything. Maybe this is a paint roller, like an extension roller. With blood red on the end. That's what it is. It's a paint extension roller, so... Maybe if he gets mad at you, he'll come by and paint your house for you, paint it red. And that's what he is right there. Alright. Maybe he's the guy that has been doing all the tagging in here. Okay, now we get to the fun stuff, the big things. Fine, take a nap. Now, one of the things I've noticed with this set is that there is just a lot of stuff that can get lost. in this set. I mean, literally just get lost. So for me personally, is this meant for little kids? I mean, probably it's a playable set, but for right now, I would just say I'd say this is more for like a teenager who's into this, or if a parent is willing to help his or her child, this would be a great set too to put together. You know how many kids are going to frown upon that, well, especially boys are going to frown upon that purple color. I still remember when I would get the Friends sets, you know, when I first started getting them and doing reviews on YouTube, I think I was the only guy doing reviews on them, and I would get, what does it do like you doing messing with girl sets? I mean, I thought, that's funny. It doesn't say it's just for girls. That's kind of, I would get the stares sometimes. Oh, that's strange or weird, whatever. Well, hey, later on, I got some pretty unique parts for builds. Jay, where do you get those awesome parts from? I don't know, you have to sit down and watch my friend set reviews. Oh, never mind. Later on, they'll come ask me, oh, I actually got that friend set just because I wanted it for the parts. I didn't know they had good pieces. I'm like, yeah, I would have told you that, but you kind of snubbed your nose to them, you know. But I mean, they're a good source of parts. Like this right here, this is something I probably will never buy. You know, I'm not into the Monkey Kid theme. I'm sure some kids probably into this, but for me personally, though, it's got a good selection of bricks. There's two of these you got to put on. I'm just putting them on like that. And a couple of pins. Probably the roof for one of these top pieces over here. Now, if it asks me to put that on, we'll have to move the camera for you. I'm trying to think of better ways to do camera here. I don't have a cameraman that can stand here and hold the camera while I'm filming. I wish I did, though. And they can do the zooming and stuff. Some guys, they actually hire someone to do all that. And, well, if I have to hire someone to do all this, first I won't learn how to do anything, and second, that becomes, I would become a business, and I'm hiring someone to do work, so I'd technically have to put them on a payroll, and there goes the tax thing I have to deal with. And it's no thank you. It's just a lot of stuff. I don't know what this is for here. Wow, you don't ever see 2x4 bricks in a modern set before. I mean, this is kind of a rarity. Yeah, we still got 3 sheets of stickers. And I've been tripping over these, and they all have like 1 or 2 pieces on them still. And I'm hoping we can start getting rid of stickers. Probably won't get rid of them until the very, very last. After that, it's like, okay, we dump them all at once. In fact, there's a set that I'm parting out. It's got a bunch of these in this olive green. Remember that those dried flowers that I did a review on? Yeah, that's met its fate today. It's getting parted. There's got some good, cool yellow flowers, good for landscaping. I'm still getting tons of requests for big houses, so I need to really get on to those. Kind of thinking of what kind of houses. Now, out here where I live at, 2-story houses are very far and few. Main reason due to earthquake and codes and stuff like that. You know, the ground shakes out here a lot. We don't need to be having things falling down, and, you know, so it's getting inspirations. The pickings are kind of slim. But I may just go ahead and build a house. I like farmhouses, like vintage farmhouses. So I may be inclined to build a farmhouse, if anybody's interested. I'm thinking about it. I have a house that I want to build first before I do. But I think the houses would be cool to bring them back, at least to up to a point. And I mean, then if I have to write instructions, it won't be for a while. There's no way I can get all those instructions written up. Okay, you know what? These would make a great... They're using them for this, but you know what? That'd make a great piece for an aquarium. Just put a back on it. And a top, maybe stick a fish in there. I mean, it would work. I mean, would it? You know, I mean, it probably would. I think it's probably some kind of machine here. But I got one of these peppermint swirls. It's getting to that point now where it's like, I'm probably using it for a bullseye. Oh, okay, so they're using this as a little joystick. Well, there we go. It's like, is that even going to go in? It did. Alright, so it's probably a claw machine. So we got a hard hat. Dark green helmet. I know some people are eyeballing this probably for their spaceman collection. And a purple pirate hat. Okay. And this is actually going to give us a big hint what this is going to be. I'll show you here. Yes, it's a claw machine. So they use these little corner tiles in here, the 1x1 quarter round circle, quarter circle. They just use those. They're kind of cool to use for that. With all these cool parts, so it's just nice to kind of just see them in here. And I use a hood piece to cover the top. Not too bad, huh? We're still putting parts on here. Where's the stickers at, huh? Oh, sticker 49. Oh, there's a bunch of stickers coming up. And 49 is this one. It means we'll be done with this sheet of stickers here. LEGO needs to do a better job at preparing stickers because it's kind of a lot there. What a waste of a good Nexel Knight shield. Okay. Goes right there. And we don't need to see that again. Okay. And then there's another one coming up here. And that is sticker number 16, which is that right there. These fences have been around for so long. So I guess you just have to snap it in there like that and you close it in. Every time I think of these, I always think of like cattle fencing or for rodeos. And they go right. Oh, it's upside down. Wait, did I put that on wrong? Okay. You got to put this on the other side. So make sure your tubes are at the top, studs at the bottom, and then do this. Alright, so I'm glad I caught that. It's like, well, how the heck is that supposed to go on there? Well, now it does. It goes right here on these two plates with 3.2 shafts, so they fit there. And then we have this bag thing left over. Where does that go? Alright, and the radiator grills. Did I just flat out forget something here? Oh, I see where the radiator grills go. I forgot to put them in here. All right. Then where does the sack go? We're going to have to backtrack. Oh, some of this stuff seems kind of redundant. Just feel free to fast forward. Maybe it goes to the minifigure. I mean, it's just, this set has got so many parts right now. It's just kind of, yes, he's holding a bag. All right, so let's take care of that real quick. And we're almost done with this here. Almost showed something that I probably am not allowed to show. All right. So in his other hand goes the sack. At least it's fixed, so I don't have to deal with losing that. Almost looks like a bowling ball sack, a bowling ball bag. My parents used to go bowling a lot back in the 80s. Kind of reminds me of the bowling ball bag. And yeah, and that's what we have remaining. Okay, now we're in bag 27. That's 28. And it's all, well, this is not too bad. And we need that big giant ring, so now, well, almost left those in there. We don't need that bag, and we don't need this bag now, so we need that there. Okay, let's see here. So looks like we're building some kind of a Ferris wheel. We're already seeing stickers coming. We're still working on this piece here, by the way. You know, I kind of wish this was a modular more and more. Starting to sound like everybody else that gets ungrateful. I mean, these are not bad builds. It's just not quite where I'm at with building this stuff. And then we need sticker number 61. Got one sticker left here. Looks like we're going to clean this sheet off here. So looks like the last sheet is the loser because I have to deal with it. There we go. And then I will put that there. Well, we need to get the glass piece on that, on the tile. I'm parting out that Harry Potter Hogwarts castle, that micro build. I have a bunch of those in there. So I already got plans for those parts for summer, and you already can figure out what that is. And put this on there. I may have to raise the camera up here a little bit. So let's get going on building this here. Matter of fact, these dried flowers I just parted out had a bunch of these in olive green or vomit green, and I thought, well, at least I'm getting rid of that. Didn't care much for the dried flowers, but a lot of the older adult builders like them. Okay, step one, grab the gold ring. And we have to be careful here because well, no, they're slotted. There's 4 regular holes and 4 slotted holes. So you need 2 of the Technic pins and 2 of the friction pins. Yeah, but speaking of bowling, my parents used to bowl, I think it was Wednesday nights. They had a league or something, and me and my sister would have to go to this nursery. This is when we were real little, and they had a lot of things for the kiddies to do, snacks and stuff like that, while the parents were having fun bowling, and that was pretty much about it. And all right, and I remember the lady in there. Her name was Mary. Just to call her Miss Mary. Really old school. I think she was from Oklahoma, so that tells you right there. And you know what? Looks like this thing here. Well, let's just. I'm building here anyways. And I still remember this place. It was a bowling alley in town. And they had a. It was just maybe, oh, I don't know. It was like a really narrow room. Just probably about no more than 12 feet in width and probably about 40 feet long. And it was just lengthy. And they had all sorts of toys and stuff in there. And they had a television in there too. It was black and white. That's kind of weird too. And later out through the years, the bowling alley was slowly devouring this nursery until, well, last time we went there, this nursery had a little narrow hallway in the same building they were in. It was like maybe 6 foot, and at the very back was the nursery, which had just cribs. There was no toys. Nothing. They still had the sandbox and the little play area in the very back, but there was nothing left. It was something to do with the engravings or something like that. They did bowling ball engravings. And I thought, whatever happened to that place? I tried looking it up, couldn't find it. Well, the reason why I couldn't find it because it was bulldozed down and flattened down like a pancake. It's like, well, that's kind of a bummer. Matter of fact, they ripped it down about 20 years ago. I didn't even know it. And some church owns the lot. It's still vacant today. Matter of fact, where I'm at, even when I go into town, there's so many vacant lots. A lot of them are not for sale. The ones that are for sale are just ridiculously overpriced. Okay, we flip it upside down. Okay, I'm hoping you can see that. And now we're going to have to take the liberty of lining all this up. I hope you guys like my stories on here. I don't want to be one of those guys that just sits here and just not does anything, just builds. Oh man, you're going to have a lot of fun lining all those up. And just start wiggling them in. But yeah, I remember this nursery, and I met a lot of kids there when I was younger. But I know this lady though, the Mary, she was probably in her 60s or 70s back then, so I don't think she's no longer with us. Her life sunsetted a long time ago. Ooh, we got to be careful with orientation matters. Okay, they just have to line up. Let's make sure here. Yeah, it does line up. Just have to twist it. So, there you go. These things seem like they just don't want to line up. Should have done something a little better with that. But yeah, bowling nights. And those were the nights that you had to, you know, after that night, you would, right when we got home, it was right to bed. And I remember having this old clock radio by my bed. Had the little flip numbers. And, okay, we got to be careful here. This is really kind of weird. Does it really matter which way it goes? Let's just do it like that. I'm having the slot going this way, so I don't know if that's really what we're supposed to do. I don't know. It shows blue here. Maybe it's like that. I don't think it matters. I don't think the colors are going to matter. But I had this clock radio, and I'd fall asleep to it just listening to the music. And back then the music was really good on the radio. It wasn't like the crap we have today. And I remember used to staring into that little neon bulb that would light up the numbers. Kind of just like, you know, thinking about things, listening to the music and stuff. '80s music was cool, and still is. I managed to turn on the radio. They got holiday music playing now, which is cool. Means I'll have to drag out one of my radios, non-tube, of course, because I want to listen to it, not just and walk away from it, and then just kind of chill out and just kind of relax. Okay, which side? Flange? Yep, let's put the nose cone on the flange. Does that go all the way in? No. Excuse me. Uh-oh, you know what that means. Okay, now I gotta change the camera here. But I still remember just when I was a kid, I just had that clock radio, little kid. Like my bed would be here, and then the clock radio would be on the nightstand. And just sit there and just listen to it and stare into that light. That nice, pretty orange, amber color light. All right, now, can you see what I'm doing? In fact, you can see a little too much up there. Sorry if this is making somebody seasick, but it has to be done. Does it freely spin? Yep. Okay, and on the back side we got to put the knob back here to change the channels on the radio. Now I'm going to leave this a little loose. Wow, that's kind of clinky. Did I do something wrong? No, that's how it's supposed to be. I think there would have been a bushing or something in there. It's just rubbing into that. Boy, that's just kind of... Let me take a look here. Yeah, that's all it's asked me to do. It didn't ask for any bushings or anything. Wow, that's kind of lame. And then you got to stick this on here, and we got to deface that. But now we can get rid of sticker number 3 and this sticker sheet. And that dot that was on there, that was from something else. Okay. So you got to make sure you get this in that little hole there. Sometimes if I had a GoPro, it would make it easier. Now I got to get that in the center. I mean, I thought this would spin freely. No, this thing's kind of cheesy. They show that it goes on the roof, or not yet anyways. And then we'll be starting bag 28, make sure. Let's take a look at the parts. And that is what we have remaining. We're almost done, folks. Alright, so now we're going to move on to bag 28. And we're still working on that. Okay. Now, I don't have that old clock radio anymore. Sadly, This is back then when stuff from the 70s wasn't worth much. Parents tossed it out because it stopped working, and I found copies of it on eBay, but some of these guys wanted like $50 to $100. But I do have a clock radio that probably some of you have seen. Is the one that Marty used in Back to the Future. Well, a copy of it anyways, that Panasonic clock. I can't remember the model number of it. The same exact clock radio. Found it in a junk store. I was like a teenager. I picked it up because it was kind of cool. And didn't realize it was the same radio. And I've seen that same radio go on eBay for a couple $100. I wonder if it's been restored or not. Not just capped, but the resistors put back into spec. The radio has been realigned. Everything's been relubed. I doubt it. Oh, wait, whoa. We got to make 6 of these little boogers. Okay, I'm glad now I checked. So let's just manufacture just this thing here first before we go into that. Yeah, so I mean, it's just, you know, back then we didn't really know about all this stuff. Now it's like, some of the stuff I grew up with when I was a kid is worth stuff. It's worth something. Lego, you know, unopened boxes, they're worth something. If it's an open set, well, it doesn't really matter at that point. Who cares? Yeah. But yeah, I just still got my old TV when I was a kid. Got my digital clock radio. I have my old boom box or ghetto blaster, whatever you want to call those things. I still have that. And you know, just can't get rid of some of this stuff, but it's going to be restored and, you know, just put into kind of like in a room, like a shrine, if you want to call it that. Stuff that I had when I was a kid. A lot of my toys, sadly, were tossed out. Not by me, but that's a sore subject there. But Lego was sold off, most of it. About 99% of my collection is gone. My original collection, you know, but that was the way things were back then, and kind of wish I can get some of that stuff back, but well, would I be messing with it today? I don't know. I mean, if I had my old Lego collection when I was a kid, imagine just building stuff from a toy that I had when I was real little. I still have a few of my stuffies that have survived. But I have a Winnie the Pooh and a Smurf doll, and that's about it. And a teddy bear that one of my dad's friends we used to call Uncle. He gave us a teddy bear, and I still have mine today. You know, and I just sound like a hoarder, but some of the stuff is just like I just can't let go of it just yet. Like my dad buys me a car and I still have that car, still runs, that's my daily driver. I just can't get rid of certain things. And there's some stuff like I just got rid of a bunch of old tubes that were just they didn't have any emissions, open filaments, you know, they were just in the recycle bin, and those had to go. And some stuff I have a couple of flat screens that I don't use. I'm going to probably donate those because they're just taking up space, stuff that I've fixed. And well, long story short, if it's not a smart TV, people are just not interested in them. So it's kind of how it is. Some people say I talk a little too much about my life, but I'm not going into the personal details of it. why do I share this stuff? Just to, this is what these are. These are kind of like vlogs or something. Just kind of like I just sit here and just talk to you. It's only a one-way conversation though. I'm talking right now and you won't hear this for 3 weeks, but just something to vent my mind off of, and it helps, you know. But I'm not sharing my turkey dinner. Well, I wouldn't mind sharing, but yeah, all right. We're still missing a couple of pieces on these here. This now is starting to get kind of redundant. I'm kind of getting bored of this set now at this point. It's just, you know, the mind of an autistic person, you know, especially for me, I just can't, I can't do this stuff all the time. You know, some have told me that they could, they wish they were lucky like me, where they can get all these sets, and I'm like, well, it gets to be it's a lot of building. You know, when you want to build your own stuff, like, but I like building sets, and I'm like, well, if you do, then you may want to apply for it, get a community started up and go for it. But for me, it's like, now I got my parts in, I won't be building anything big anytime soon. I'm still going to squeeze some stuff in and build my own stuff. Yeah, there's some on the ambassador thing that will really tell on you. Like, they tattle if you do something wrong. Like, why? But you can't tattle on me because I don't leak on here. Good luck. You get a lot of Technic half lift arms. All right, I think we're just about done here with this. There's not a whole lot of parts left on the bench. So some people call it the Lego table, the Lego room. This is the workbench, and this is my workshop and a spare bedroom that I have to sleep in tonight. Okay. All right, so it's telling me to put this in here. Okay, there's a bushing that goes on that. Now, with that thing over there, I may have made a mistake. We'll look at it here, but honestly, if I make a mistake, so be it. Oh, you made a mistake on that. Well, if I do, I do. Wait a minute, I'm putting these on backwards. I am. It's late. Let's see here. I think I did just, I just did this one then. All right. Yeah, but my parents' bowling nights were always interesting. There was this one kid that was just a bully. He bullied just about everybody that was in there. And I remember he got in some really deep crap because, and this, this was going on too. I don't know what happened to this kid. He's probably incarcerated, but he got in trouble, like he was banished or something like that for indecent exposure to a girl. He was probably like a year or two older than me at the time, but he was, and yeah, that's pretty much, I think that's what happened to him. I think he probably got arrested or something. Okay. So it looks like minifigures can sit in there, or mini dolls, maybe. Okay, they just snap right in there. Boy, this thing just kind of droops. They spent all this time, and what if I just start right here? Yeah, this kid was a kind of a jerk, but well, we don't know what happened to him. Alright, yeah, I hate when I have to fish things from the floor. This thing here looks cool, but it's obviously a POS. And it just doesn't work very well. I thought it would be free spinning, but no. I'll take a look at it and make sure. And that's it, and it goes on the top there of the big thing. Okay, we're going to need this book. Okay, now we're going to index this as putting it all together. But what better way of doing that is with the turntable. So what I'm going to do is zoom this all the way out, and then we'll refocus on everything again. No, we don't want it on auto, we want it on manual. The thing bad about touch screens, you have dry hands, it doesn't work, they don't work very well. Okay, so now we're going to start putting things up here. This thing's pretty self-contained. Let me just keep that up there. I'm afraid I'm going to break it. And this is going to be tall. And this is going to be one of those sets that I probably won't fit because of my overhead light. So you just have to, if you really want to see the detailed review, you may want to go to the main channel for that. And this is heavy right here alone. Okay, I just need to make some space and set this up here. That means I'm going to make the thumbnail right now before I start doing things. Okay. And that's about as high as I can go, right about there. So maybe you can see the whole thing. Alright, so now let's start putting the parts together. And this right here, I don't know, it just, I mean, this would make a great little carnival ride, but it needs to be severely improved. So I have a feeling that this probably goes there. Let me get the book here and let's take a look. Yeah, it goes here. Now, by all means, this is not meant for little kiddies to move around. Wait a minute, hold on, we got another part. The vape shop goes over here, and yeah, that's now it's starting to get pretty big. So this is not a set that I would recommend a little kid to carry around. Now, how am I going to do the review on this thing? Because it's obviously taller than my lamp. You know, I have to think on that one. Sometimes these sets get so grotesquely big. That's just how they are. And slide that off to the side. And now, that means I'll have to film this somewhere else. I hate getting sets like this that are like 24 inches tall because, I mean, I'm not taking this off and raising it up higher. When I did all this, this was a spare bedroom at the time, and I'm not going to get involved in tearing things up just so I can review a set. See, this is already getting to be pretty big. This is meant to be a playable set, but not in its current. If you have a kid, you're not gonna. He or she's not gonna be able to move this thing around. Okay, how does that go on the front? They show it right about here, but I can't get anything to line up. There, I got it to kind of line up. Good luck getting all these Technic pins to line up because I can't get this closed. Well, you can't see what I'm doing. Yeah, I can't wait to get to some more normal size sets that are not so grotesquely big. I can't get this to close up, so... Yeah, POS, that's what I'm spelling there. For some reason, let me take this pin out. Start all over again here. There we go. Now it's going in. Maybe it was in the wrong spot. And yeah, this is the back side here. And really there's not a whole lot to do in the back. This is just kind of left open. So when I do the review on this, there's nothing back here. You know, I mean, you could probably put your hands in here and move things around, but yeah, I mean, it looked cool in the box, but see, that antenna's getting wingle-dingled off the top there. You know what, if I were doing the review, could I do it like this? Just take the lampshade off. I think I'll be fine. Because I got those extra floodlights I could use, and the ring light too. Matter of fact, I could just turn that on. Well, I don't know what to do with the adapter to it. So anyways, I'm not going to spend all night on this. So this is essentially what it is. You got a bunch of minifigures. I'm not even going to bother decorating it right now because I'm too tired. It is a playable model. It is modular. So yes, this is meant for multiple play, obviously. But just by looking at this here, see if I can give you a better view of it here without knocking the camera thing over here, and I'll show you. That's what I'm saying. It's big. This is big. This is big. This is not a small set. 2,330 bricks, full of do I dare say it, fluff and puff. Okay, make sure that's sharp. All right, so when I do the review and do the close-up, I'm going to leave the ring light attached to the camera and just do this, so you'll see a better shot of everything. Yeah, this is playable, obviously. You can play with this, but I will slide it forward then a bit more. But I'm going to be honest, though. It's junky looking. That's exactly what it is. It's meant to be very busy. It's bright and colorful, but it's junky to me. I don't know, just maybe if everything was taken off this frame in the back and you spread it all out, it might be a little different, but it just seems too crowded. But you do have access to the doors. It's like I can open them all up. Here's the elevator, and it does work. So it looks like a minifigure can stand here, but you'd have to reach in here to pull out your figures. So I don't think this is really user-friendly here. Well, that fell off, so now I can spin it freely, see? And of course, this is what fell off right here. So we're already experiencing stuff falling off, and it's kind of leaning this. So, you know, now looking at it, I don't know, it's just okay. So let's start with this. It's junky looking. I'm just gonna start the review. The build quality it's just all over the place on this one. I mean, some things are built strong, some things like this they just come right off. You know, I don't quite get it. So for me, it's just, I mean, is it playable? Yes, but it's not really. I don't know. It just looks junky. Build experience was pretty good at the beginning and the middle, but what really tainted the build experience, other than it just being a long build, is the stickers. I mean, there's three sheets. You saw how many sheets I had to go through. They were spaced somewhat evenly, but it was just getting kind of redundant with the stickers. But what held this set together pretty much is the colors and stuff like that, and you're doing different builds, which leads to collaborative play, or collaborative building and collaborative play. This is possible with this, so it's not like it's really a bad set by any means, but I just found something else that came apart right here. Let's get right into build quality, though. We were talking about build quality, it's all over the place, but I'm finding more stuff breaking off this. But you know, for play value, though, it's you can play with this. This is a playable model. But for the quality of play, it's going to fall apart. So, I mean, it is what it is. But you do get a lot of accessories. We've already seen you get like 17 minifigures and things that fall off like this and the little thing of noodles. But you do get a lot of minifigures with the build. So, that having been said, that's pretty good. Anything else about it? Stickers killed it. 8.3%. 8.3 is my score. Stickers killed it. There were some scratched parts in here, but the stickers did it. You know, if there was no stickers, everything was printed in here, it'd probably be a 9 point, and nothing was scratched. It'd probably be a 9.5, but no, this is an 8.3. I just don't see it. And for the value for $200, that's, I mean, you are getting a large set. It's large, it's big. It's got some functionality to it, so I think whoever gets this and they're into the Monkey Kid theme, I think this is going to be a good one. But for an adult like myself who does city builds, this is a little too futuristic. Lots of good building strategies and ideas you could pull out of it. So another thing I forgot to mention is, could this be dropped in a city? No. It just it looks like a hodgepodge full of buildings thrown together. I mean, I'm trying to find nice things to say about it. If you're looking for something really good and fun to build with your family or with your kids, this would be it. It's got a bit of a, what I consider an average price tag for a set like this. But for me, this is more meant to be a collaborative build, not a solo build. So that's probably why I got bored with it. The reason why I'm sticking with the 8.3 is just, like I said, it's the stickers. It's just still, I'm trying to look past that. But all around, though, it's a nice good collaborative build. Well, I better roll into bed now. I'm getting tired. But tell me what you think of this set.